Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Young here and welcome to an Assassin's Creed 4 news update. Today I have for you guys a gameplay impression from website IGN along with the release date for the PC version of the game. Let's talk about the latter first. The PC version of Assassin's Creed 4 will release on November 19th in North America and November 22nd in Europe, falling within the window of PlayStation 4's November 15th release date and Xbox One's November 22nd release date. The current gen and Wii U versions will launch as planned, although the Wii U version has been delayed in the UK to launch on November 22nd. Anyways, enough about release dates, let's talk about what IGN had to say about their initial impressions of the game. The article begins by talking about campaign by land, which unfortunately did not impress. He criticized what he's played thus far for being an endless series of time-failing fetch quests. The particular sequence he played revolved around recruiting a 14-man crew for Edward's ship, the Jackdaw, which usually involves gaining a pirate's favor by helping them out in a fight or doing some kind of favor for them. While some of these encounters proved to be somewhat unique, the player clearly states that most of what he played through in this sequence felt like tedious errands. The article then shifts to a much more positive tone once the player starts talking about the campaign at sea. The player commends the game for providing a sense of tension and anxiety during underwater gameplay due to the limited amount of air that the player is given, along with the fact that Edward is completely exposed, with barely anything to defend himself against creatures of the sea. According to the player, underwater gameplay provides a sense of urgency that gameplay by land has yet to provide. Above water, players will be sailing the seas through the Jackdaw. The vast Caribbean Sea isn't just a barren body of water, however. IGN's player managed to perform activities such as deep-sea diving and harpooning, the former which allowed him to find lost treasure, sunken ships, and hidden caverns, while the latter granted him the pleasure of getting his revenge for being torn to pieces by a shark on a previous occasion. This also allowed him to get important materials for upgrades. All these activities are shown as side missions on the map through clear markers, and these points of interest will be scattered all over the sea. The player also talks a bit about navigating the Jackdaw itself, stating with confidence that ship controls have been dramatically improved. One particular change that made a huge difference was that the ship now has 3 settings for speed rather than 2, allowing for much more precise controls. The player also commends the variety of new light and heavy weapons that can now be equipped to the ship, which gives players more options to tactically take down enemy ships. The culmination of all these changes and additions led to ship combat being significantly more exciting than in Assassin's Creed 3. Finally, the article briefly goes into multiplayer, talking about its various modes along with the player's impressions of each. The Artifacts mode is stated to be Assassin's Creed's version of Capture the Flag. It was also found to be the game's least interesting mode because it shifted focus from tactical assassinations to running back and forth as fast as possible. Domination revolves around occupying and gaining control of 3 neutral areas, and it was also the player's favorite mode due to the many offensive and defensive strategies and clever assassinations that the mode brings about. Manhunt is essentially stated to be a hide-and-go-seek game. One team must hide through strategies like blending with the locals, while the other must hunt them down. The player enjoyed this mode quite a bit. And finally, there is Wanted, which is essentially a free-for-all mode in which players are given a contract to assassinate another player. The only hint that the player is given in regards to the prey's whereabouts is a compass at the bottom center portion of the map. Tension is further enhanced by the fact that the player is being hunted by another player as well, resulting in what essentially is a cat and mouse and dog game. Overall, the player seems to have enjoyed this particular mode. The article concludes by stating that IGN's office was divided about the game. Some people love the game, while others have reservations about certain aspects of it. The fact that the game is already receiving some heat is frankly concerning. While it's good to know that gameplay by sea is receiving so much praise, the essence of Assassin's Creed 4 lies on land. The game isn't called Pirates Creed, it's called Assassin's Creed, and while I love the integration of a world with seamless land-to-sea exploration, I hope that the game doesn't deviate from what the franchise is all about. Assassinations. Hopefully the mixed reviews of the land portion of the game will change into something positive when reviews begin to flood in. And with that, I would like to conclude this news update. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. To be further updated on Assassin's Creed 4, be sure to join the NASIAN and subscribe to Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much, and Young out.